Welcome to a journey back in time to one of the most emblematic monuments in the history of Spain, the monastery of San Lorenzo del Escorial. Located in the Madrid region, in a natural setting surrounded by the majesty of the Guadarrama mountain range, San Lorenzo del Escorial is an architectural jewel that not only reflects the greatness of Spain during its golden age, but is also a symbol of power, faith, and art. Today, we will explore everything you need to know about this fascinating monument, from its construction to its historical importance, including its unique architecture and its role in the history of the kings of Spain. But what is San Lorenzo del Escorial? San Lorenzo del Escorial is a monastery that also functions as a royal palace and royal pantheon. It was built under the orders of King Felipe Segundo, one of the most important monarchs in the history of Spain. Construction began in 1563 and was completed in 1584. Its initial purpose was as a monastic refuge and place of prayer for the Hieronymite monks. However, over time, it became the symbol of the magnificence of the reign of Felipe Segundo and the center of political and religious power in the country. The monastery houses a church, which is the Basilica del Escorial, the royal pantheon, the palace of the kings, and a library, among other rooms, which makes it an unparalleled architectural and artistic complex. Furthermore, the monastery was conceived as a funerary pantheon of the Spanish royal family, a place where the remains of several kings and queens of Spain rest. The reason behind the construction of San Lorenzo del Escorial is linked to several factors, among them Felipe Segundo's desire to build a monument that represented the absolute power of the monarchy and the Catholic faith. After Spain's victory in the Battle of San Quintin in 1557 against the French, Felipe Segundo promised to build a monastery as a thank you to God for the victory, and also to commemorate his father, King Charles I, Emperor Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire, whose death occurred in 1558. Felipe Segundo wanted to create a place where religion and monarchy were united in a symbolic and palpable way. El Escorial not only represented the military victory, but also a tribute to the unity of the kingdom under the Catholic faith, in a historical context in which Spain was facing the Protestant forces of Europe. The architecture of San Lorenzo del Escorial is one of its most fascinating aspects. It was designed by architect Juan de Herrera, who used an austere and classic Renaissance style. It is said to have been inspired by the design of a Roman temple. The plan of the monastery has a grid or grid shape, with a central rectangular structure and perpendicular streets. This symbolizes the grid on which St. Lawrence died in martyrdom. Its layout is also reminiscent of the shape of a cross, with a church that occupies the center of the complex. One of the most striking aspects of the Escorial's architecture is its symmetry and the use of classical proportions, which gives it a monumental and majestic character. Furthermore, the building is strategically located in the Valley of the Fallen, between the Guadarrama Mountains, which gives it a feeling of solidity and transcendence. The monastery is also known for its decorative nudity, a style that moves away from excessive ornamentation, reflecting the religious humility that Felipe Segundo wished to convey. This can be seen in the interiors, especially in the monks' rooms, which are sober and functional, with the aim of encouraging contemplation and meditation. One of the most exciting parts of San Lorenzo del Escorial is its royal pantheon, which houses the remains of the kings of Spain from Charles I to Alfonso XIII. This pantheon is considered one of the most important in the world, as it represents the history and legacy of the Spanish monarchy. The pantheon has three main rooms, one for the kings, another for the queens, and the last one for the infants of the royal family. Among the most famous buried there are Philip II, Philip IV, Charles II, Isabella II, and many other monarchs. In addition to the tombs, the pantheon is decorated with majestic sculpture and paintings that represent key moments in the history of Spain. The monastery of San Lorenzo del Escorial also houses an imposing library, considered one of the most important in Spain. Felipe Segundo ordered its construction to house the knowledge and culture of his time. The library is famous for its collection of ancient manuscripts and valuable texts, including works of philosophy, history, science, and theology. Felipe Segundo's desk is located in the library. It is said that it was one of his favorite activities to maintain contact with the intellectual world of his time. El Escorial was not only a place of worship, but also a cultural center. During the reign of Felipe Segundo, it became the center of the court and a meeting point for intellectuals, artists, and scientists. The monastery served as a refuge for art and knowledge at a time when Spain was experiencing its golden age, a time of cultural splendor. This is why the El Escorial Monastery also houses some works by renowned artists, such as El Greco, Titian, and Juan de Borgona. Today, the monastery of San Lorenzo del Escorial remains one of the main tourist attractions in Spain. It is considered a World Heritage Site by UNESCO and an important study center. In addition to being a destination for tourists from all over the world, the Escorial continues to be a place of worship and a symbol of the monarchy and history of Spain. In short, the monastery of San Lorenzo del Escorial is a monumental testimony to the greatness of Spain in the 16th century, a place where religious faith, monarchical power, and intellectual culture intertwine. With its impressive architecture, its miraculous stories, and its connection with the great kings of Spain, El Escorial remains one of the most important and fascinating monuments in Europe. Don't forget to leave your comment. I invite you to follow my art and history dissemination program on YouTube.